Hey there, I'm going to talk about I was going to say David Lynch, but it's David Fincher. I always get those two directors mixed up, like their names, not their movies. Obviously, they make two different types of films. They make dark movies, but like it's completely different. Besides that, this is David Fincher's new movie, The Killer, starring Michael Fassbender and Tilda Swinton, a really mad giant Dominican. Um, and like a very very feeble guy with glasses that's just like I don't want no beef, and a really assholish lawyer that's just a piece of shit. He kind of looks like Al Sharpton, I guess. I don't think he looks like Al Sharpton. He just yeah, he had like an Al Sharpton thing about him, but he wasn't like Al Sharpton. He was more like Carlton. But he got his. Fuck that guy. He was a piece of shit. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna start talking about The Killer. This is David Fincher's newest effort, and man, this movie was good. I liked it. Coming into it, I was aware that some people have given it really bad reviews because they just I don't know. I think they just didn't really they didn't like the pacing of the film. They didn't like where the movie went. And I think the best thing that I could say without spoiling it is that Michael Fassbender, his role, he's the killer. He is an assassin who really is like he's indifferent. He doesn't really give a shit. That's kind of what makes him. That's part of what makes him really good at his job. What really makes him good is that he's very strict, and he's very agile. He gets the job done. He cleans up after himself. He's got like OCD like a motherfucker. And in the beginning of the movie, he explains that you can't really do the job as a hitman if you're not willing to be really fucking bored and do nothing. All right, you gotta just wait and wait for something to happen so you can get a clear shot and get that shit done. But in the process of doing one of his jobs, he fucks up, and then in that, it takes effect of somebody trying to kill him. But his actions lead to him wanting to kind of like clean up every single mess that he did, and that includes anybody that's involved with the project that he did that fucked everything up. But the thing about being a hitman is when you get hired to do something, everything is kind of anonymous, and you just get a check, you do your thing, and you're done. That's it. So it's really a challenge for Michael Fassbender's character to really do what he wants to do. If he wants to like find these people that you know are trying to do harm to him or have done harm, like it takes a lot of work to do that. So you got to kind of go through networking and do all these things. And this movie takes a really, really subtle approach into its pacing. And I really appreciate that because I didn't want this movie to be the type of movie that I think people wanted it to be. I think what people wanted it to be is to be about Michael Fassbender as this killer who still has some humanity in him, and maybe throughout the film you'll be able to understand what type of person he is and how he loves someone and how he could still have a chance in living a normal life. Fuck all that shit. Like I want a movie like this one that just came out where it's about an assassin and he's doing his shit and he's living the life of what he's like. He's living his life. What's of it, something that you're not going to relate to. And I think that's partly some of the criticisms, or the strongest criticism that I heard of is that people couldn't really get with this movie because of that fact. But that's actually the strongest suit of it. The music is really good, and it's by Atticus Ross and what's that other guy? Those Nine Inch Nails motherfuckers. Um, they did the music to this, and I think it's one of my favorite like scores that I've heard in a movie, like period. And it's so like stripped down to me. Like it's very quiet. In some cases, like there's heartbeats into the score that's being used in the film to kind of make it more of an effect on what's going on, and it just kept me really interested. Excuse me. It kept me really interested. I was just getting into this movie, man. And Tilda Swinton is amazing. The fucking lawyer piece of shit in the movie was interesting. His assistant, like everybody's reaction to Michael Fassbender in this movie was fucking on point because it's like if you see this guy, you're fucking dead. Like you're gonna die. There's one scene where some dude, like, he's just talking to him like, man, this ain't nothing. Yo, go to the other room. I'm gonna talk to Michael Fassbender and then this'll all be done. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't gonna leave out that bitch alive. You know what I mean? You're not gonna make it. Um, and I think it's because, like, it shows just how delusional some people could be because of how much power they have and what they can do with just a flick of a pen or a phone call. But when you're in face to face with death itself, like, that shit all goes out the window. And man, David Fincher did a really good job, like, with setting the mood. He's really good with mood, and he doesn't disappoint in this movie. But I would say that it's more stripped down than any of his other films. I'm not really going to give examples because, if you haven't seen, like, Gone Girl or Seven or, Zodiac's my favorite David Fincher movie. Like, that shit still hasn't been touched, but this is a really good one, man. Like, I think this is one of his better films. Like, I guess I've only seen it once, so it's probably too early for me to judge it that way, but I had a really good time watching it. I recommend you watch it if you want. If you don't want to see it in a theater, you don't have to. For me, it was much better experience watching it in a theater because of just, like, I love the cinema. I love to go watch this movie. And if I was watching it on Netflix, man, I'd be like, man, I want to watch this shit in the big screen because that's where it belongs. But if you want to watch it on Netflix, yo, watch it. You're going to have a really good time. I'm telling you, like, this is a good fucking movie. It's very quiet. It's not really loud. It's not trying to do like a big giant action scene, but man, when they have the fight scenes or anything, like any mood setting in this movie is done so nicely. Like, it's just well paced, at least for me. And yeah, man, Michael Fassbender did a really good job, man. He did this character justice. So yeah, I like The Killer. That's it. That's my video. If you guys liked it, let me know in the comments below. Also, I started a podcast with a friend of mine, or a show. I don't know. I started a show with a friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine named named Shannon, and it's called Flip the Switch. I'm probably gonna put a link down below in the video. If you guys want to check it out, we're not making episodes yet. Really, we did a Halloween episode. We're still trying to figure out like how to like release these things. I'm kind of just trying to do like a live. It's gonna be separated from this channel for real. It's just gonna be me talking to my friend about movies and stuff. So yeah, if you want to check that out, you can. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be structured way better than this show because this ain't really a show. It's just me talking to you guys like after work about a movie that I saw a couple days ago. But yeah, if you guys want to check that out, I'm gonna put the link down in the description. You guys can subscribe if you want. And just check out me and my friend talk about movies every other month. So yeah, comments down below, plus a like if you like. I love you guys.